Tidings. It was, as Jim Barnett said, 16 years ago when this piece of soil was first dedicated, along with Phil Ginsburg, for the whole business of Nate Thurmond and in honor of Nate Thurmond. Nate Thurmond is being honored because he actually earned it. Many of us get honored. We just get honored. We have the votes and we get honored. But Nate is being honored because he was truly, as described by Larry and Mark and others whom you will hear, incredible. I had the great pleasure on his first arrival in San Francisco, long before many of you who are your age and know or should know, when the Warriors first arrived in San Francisco, when they played at the Cow Palace. Jim Barnett will remember, at the Cow Palace. I was a young practicing lawyer, and this tall guy came in to see me, sent there by a guy named Franklin Muley, who owned the Warriors at the time. I was the general partner of the Warriors. And he said, represent this guy and make sure you do a good job. And Nate Thurmond permitted me to do a good job. Out of that grew a friendship. As I told a couple of folk, in those days I didn't know how to charge. And so I was clearly cheaper than anybody else that was exposed to Nate. But that friendship grew and grew and grew and grew. All his entire life, Nate Thurmond was still a client and a friend of Willie Brown's, just as he has been for multiple persons in and about San Francisco. He was truly a San Franciscan. No matter where he might be, he was no different than the kind of things people think about people like Tony Bennett being related to San Francisco. You young people, Larry, I think, are going to enjoy watching what you see on YouTubes and what have you of Nate Thurmond. He was truly extraordinary in every way. And so when Good Tidings decided 16 years ago to have one of the basketball courts that they were doing among the many be here in the Panhandle, and they chose this location. And interestingly enough, Mark, this location happens to be, before we had the basketball court, it's where I announced that I was running for public office and with Sue Bierman was going to stop the freeway from coming through Golden Gate Park. So this holds a whole lot of wonderful memories for me. Nate Thurmond, however, was the giant among all of those memories. And what Mark said about the numbers associated with this Hall of Famer, with this one of 50, as Larry talked about, you will continuously read about Nate Thurmond. He was literally the quality of what the NBA really stands for in every way, as a player and as a human being. We were blessed to have this giant among us.